Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 429. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam, and this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
What's up?
It's been a weekend.
It's been a good weekend.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun.
Same.
I was really not anxious about it, but I was just like, oh man, like this is gonna be so awkward. Like people are gonna see how I always just feel like people are judging me when I since we have a baby now, and they're just like, oh, like they do that with their baby. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
And then on the way there, I was just like, I gotta be uncomfortable. I'm not gonna grow if I don't do things that I'm uncomfortable with.
Sure.
And then as soon as we pulled up and saw Ramon and just how happy he was to see us, I was like, nah, it's gonna be a great time.
It'd be a great time.
And it was
100% the best. Yeah, I didn't feel that way at all. I was just like, damn, I got a lot of shit to get done, but I know I have to go enjoy my life, and this will be enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing a lot more now. I'm like, you know what? I've got a lot of shit I need to get done, personally and business wise, but I remind myself that I still should probably enjoy my life and not just always getting shit done. So I just now I'm just like, yeah, no, I gotta go enjoy my life. It is what it is. Work's not gonna get done. It's all right.
right.
Household projects, that's all right. I'm gonna go enjoy my life.
Because how much of it is gonna affect the business if it doesn't get done today?
Not much.
Right.
Not enough for it to matter.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know? Not enough for it to matter. So shit'll still get done. I just gotta work a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
Monday to prep shit the rest of the week. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So whatever, just work a little bit harder or a little bit longer on a different day, and we'll make it work.
Speaking of, you gotta make a plan for Mike for this week.
No, I know.
That's one of the things.
I'm very aware.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. We went and hung out with our friends' parents, Ramon and Kelly.
The best people ever.
Honestly, yes.
I think that's what you say. My favorite man crush.
Yep.
I think that's kind of how you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, went and hung out with Corey and Sarah's in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Corey's in-laws, Sarah's
Parents.
Mm-hmm. And it was
fantastic.
Delightful.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good time.
The babies got to hang out together.
The babies got to hang out, which is good. They need a lot of time together.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. They need to get acquainted.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the good thing is men mature right later than women, and RJ is 10 months older, so it's gonna be perfect.
It'll
be great.
It's gonna be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Giving our hand at arranged marriage.
Yep.
We'll just see if it works out.
Lily's got a couple suitors.
What's that?
I said Lily's got a couple suitors.
Oh, for sure.
Already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, it was a really good weekend. It was fun. I really enjoy obviously hanging out with Corey and Sarah, but then I enjoy spending time with Ramon and Kelly, and I like the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And you get it. I get this because I know a lot. The more I go in life, I meet some good folks, and especially some folks who've raised good kids, and it's rare they don't have good things to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I especially like it when they're positive.
God, yeah.
They don't really have much negative to say. And I really like that. I like, there's times to be negative, or not necessarily negative. There's times to be
Like
critical. There's times to be critical, right? Or to like times to be critical, and times to maybe warn people about things that you've seen, or people things you've, just to warn people. But then
being honest.
Yep. There's times to be honest. But man, it's nice to be around some folks who are just positive, happy people. It's great. It was really fun. So
Shaun relearned again that he should not smoke 2 cigars in one night.
Fuck. Oh.
And drink wine.
Honestly, I don't think the food and wine did any, like,
I don't think
I'd have been fine.
I think the combination probably also made it way worse.
I'm sure it didn't help. Had I just had 2 cigars, because I've had 3 cigars in a day, but I space them.
Yeah.
I have them for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
And that one was back to back.
And this was, I smoked a cigar, put it out, lit another one, and I RIP'd myself. So yeah, not too often do I get like nauseous, and I was like, I can't function. Like I don't feel good.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but what's different, and this is why I don't think it's alcohol at all, when I laid down, I immediately felt fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like laying down, the nausea went away, and I went right to bed.
Yeah, you did.
I bet you, what do you think? 3 seconds?
Yeah, dude. You were out.
I laid down and I was like, oh, relief. Oh, I feel good. And then I woke up at 5:30 to piss. And I was like, what the hell?
Must have been nice, dude.
I didn't know a thing. Out. Dead to the world, dude. I woke up and I had a headache, but I woke up and I was like, oh, wow, I went to bed feeling sick. And I was like, well, I just got a little headache. Wow, that's nice.
I'm so happy you didn't wake baby up at that time.
Can I let you in on a secret?
Did she stir?
For 10 minutes straight.
Shut up, dude. And then she put herself down?
Yeah, dude. So I got up, went to the bathroom, and I peed for like over a minute straight. Just wonderful, right? And I come back to the bed, and this kid's got this fucking sixth sense. I'm not even making noise.
Well, you peeing made
me peeing made noise. That's a fair point. But I come in and I hear, and then I hear like whop, whop, limbs flapping, and I'm like, oh no. And I'm like sitting on the edge of the bed, so I'm like, I can't make noise, right? And then after a couple minutes of like a little rustling, the noise stops. So I'm like, okay. So I lay down quietly. I pull the blankets back up, and then I hear, and it's more like, I'm like, oh no. And so you know how like you can't really like fall asleep because like you may have to get up. So I can't like fall asleep because I can hear rustling. Meanwhile, you're literally snoring next to me. You're you rolled from your side onto your back, and you're like, I'm like, oh my God. And so I'm sitting here like, I'm our only defense if this kid starts crying, so I can't fall asleep. And then about 3 to 5 minutes go by, and it stops. And I was like, what? And then there was a minute of silence, and I fell asleep right away.
Nice.
And then she didn't rustle again until what, 7:30?
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, oh no, dude, tell me I didn't wake her up.
Dude, I would have murdered you.
Oh, what? I mean, what would I do? Babe. Hey, babe. Babe, get up. You know what I'm saying? Babe, your boobs are being called.
Uh-oh, dude.
So anyways, thankfully she put herself down. Hey, self-soothing.
Yeah.
So that was,
That's a plus.
Dude. But it was good. It was fun.
It's good to know, though, that it took like 10 minutes.
It took like 10 minutes of her like, meh. Well, I'm like, meh. Moving around, rustling around. I could hear her like kind of rolling, meh.
I might just try that some more. Because there's been a couple times lately, like, I'll like put her down. And like, as I'm like lifting her off of me, her eyes just pop open, and I'm like, no.
There's been a couple times, even that night, she made a couple like bigger noises, and I'm like, oh, she's about to lose it, and then I went silent, and I was like, oh my god.
So yeah, maybe sometimes when she like wakes up, maybe I'll just like walk away.
Just try it out, dude.
Doesn't
Worked
hurt.
for me.
Doesn't hurt.
Cool. Yeah.
What do we got? Now that we ranted, or not ranted, we talked for 10 minutes.
So what?
Just say it.
Bought some new golf clubs.
You did.
Driver. 2 wedges. I need a putter still, but I'll go back for that. But
I feel like the driver really will help you a lot.
yeah, I think so, considering mine's broken. It took me a few swings, but then I was like, just piping it down the center. I was like, ooh, I love this.
Oh, speaking of.
So, you want me to go to the range tonight or what?
No, I think Brandon's supposed to be in town next week.
I was wondering when he's coming to town. All right, so here's the deal.
I hope it's next week.
Not this week.
Yeah. Anyways.
I agree. So the guy's like, what do you have for wedges now? And I was like, I got a Cleveland. I was like, I don't love it, but whatever. And he's like, well, how old is it? And I was like, I don't know, probably like 10 to 15 years old. And he's like, oh, well, yeah. And he's like, hit this. And it's like the newer Cleveland. And it just hits so nice. And I was like, yeah, why'd this feel so good? And he's like, because it's not old. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And he's like, yeah, this shit. He's like, the loft you get now and the spin and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I guess. I was like, that. I mean, I was hitting it. And I was like, this feels great. And I even had it just re-gripped. I just had my 52 re-gripped. And I was like, this is going to make me love this club. And I was like, this club sucks still. And then I get this thing and I'm like, no, this thing's actually pretty sick.
I love how much money we just wasted on grips and stuff. For you to get new clubs.
I don't.
Yeah, that was sarcasm.
I don't.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it was only 2 clubs I replaced.
That's true. That's very true.
Only 2 I replaced.
And one of them, they weren't supposed to grip.
One of them they weren't supposed to grip. You're right. So it's not my fault.
Cool. Should we move on?
Yeah. What's your topic? You had one.
Yeah, I can wait till the end.
I like that one first.
Okay.
I think it might flow better.
Oh, okay. I don't know what Shaun has planned.
I just got an idea, but I think yours is gonna flow better.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So it's called, so I'm reading a book called Win the Day. I don't remember who it's by. Sorry. It is a little religious, so if you're a person who doesn't like religion in your books, I wouldn't suggest it. But, so he talks about like 7 habits.
Mark Batterson.
Thank you. Is it really?
That's what it says.
So he's talking about, in the book, he talks about 7 habits to help you win the day, basically. And one of the first habit is called flipping the script. And the whole meaning behind flipping the script is, if you want to change, you have to change your story. And I know we've discussed it quite a bit on here, but we'll go again. If you don't believe in what you're working for and towards, and like who you are as a person, then it'll never happen. It'll never come true. One of the stories he talks about in the book is I'm sorry, I read it a couple days ago, so I don't quite remember all of it, but there was a rowing team that like had won like 100 years in a row. And then, so basically everyone always had in the mind, like their minds, like, well, that team's going to get first. So we're basically fighting for second.
Right.
And so the Australia team, they like mentally worked on like their mentality towards the race for like 2 to 3 years leading up to a race. So they trained mentally, not just physically, on their rowing, and ended up breaking the winning streak. It might have actually been like 400 wins. It was a lot, that this other team had. And
Wow.
Australia worked for 2 to 3 years on their mentality to be able to break that streak.
Damn, dude.
Wow. So he talks about like how much more powerful our minds are than we like even realize.
Right, you are.
So yeah, so in order, if you want to change, you need to change your story. You have to change who you think you are.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because so what is it? I watched a movie that I heard on Real AF. Shocker. Kingdom of Heaven.
Oh, the other movie, Seven.
Yeah.
Rob Bailey talked about it too.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Anyways.
So I listened to they talked about the movie Kingdom of Heaven. So I was like, well, I'll watch it. So we watched it. And in the movie, the priest was like, how do you expect to fight off this army when none of these people are knights? And then like that main guy tells everyone to like get on their knees, and he makes like all the commoners knights. You know, he like knights all the commoners. Mm-hmm. And the priest is like, you think just because you call yourself a knight, you will fight better? And they were like, yes. And then they like fought and held off, you know, to where they could negotiate instead of them just taking the castle, right? Mm-hmm. Taking the kingdom of heaven. So anyways, it's just interesting in the fact that like, no, that tracks exactly with what you're saying. If you believe something, you will like embody it, you'll live it, you'll think that that's who you are. You know, like they talk about it like if you're going to say, who the hell was I listening to talk about it? Anyways, dude was like, wouldn't get into shape, hated working out, was all like crippled up, fucked up, right? Like, and he was young. I talked about him on here before. He was, he had some good, he's made a bunch of good films. One, he made Desperado, the guy that made Desperado, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, he was like in his late 20s and he's all crippled up, fucked up, like bat, you know, and they were like, you got to work out, and he'd make all these excuses and everything. Well, then something happened where he was like, no, I'm a weightlifter. Like he decided, he said, I'm a weightlifter. I like weightlifting. This is what I do. And then he started lifting multiple times a week. He started following his diet. He started acting like somebody who is a weightlifter. Mm-hmm. And then boom, now he's in great shape, doesn't have the back issues, whatever. And it's like you have to fake it until you become that thing, right? Mm-hmm. And an example I've heard multiple times is you don't just go to sleep. Mm-hmm. You fake going to sleep and then you fall asleep. So like when you go to bed, you don't just fall asleep.
Right.
You go to bed and you close your eyes in preparation to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, hey, if you want to be healthy, right, and not a fat fuck anymore, you have to be like, you have to tell yourself every day, I am healthy. I am a weightlifter. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like, I am a good father, and then do the things.
That also just reminded me of a study that I remember seeing, and it was like, they had a group of people working out, a group of people, mentally working out, but doing the motions. And then a group of people that were just thinking of working out.
Right.
And the group that was just thinking of working out gained more muscle than the group that was thinking and doing the motions.
Doesn't make any sense.
The body's strong, or the mind is strong.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I mean, they obviously like didn't gain as much as people
that we're actually lifting.
Yeah, but they still were able to gain.
Oh, it wasn't
muscle.
So I think it was people working out, people doing the motions, and then people thinking about doing the motions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the middle people weren't thinking and doing the motions.
Oh,
They were just doing the motions.
Yeah.
So then the people who are actually thinking about lifting made more progress than the people doing the motions.
Could you just imagine, like, laying on, like, just sitting there and just thinking about benching, like, 10 reps of 4 sets, or 4 sets of 10 reps? Like, just thinking of a 45-minute workout, like, just sitting there and just thinking about it and not moving.
That would be super weird.
So weird. But
now,
that's
have I thought about it? Many times. Have I thought about full workouts? Never.
Yeah.
But I'll think about, like, the movement. I'll think about, like, yeah.
But, like, actually just sit there and think for 45
so
minutes
weird.
instead.
Crazy.
Sounds so weird. Anyways, but yeah, so that goes to show how strong the mind is.
Oh.
Cool.
I like it. So yeah, I mean, I don't think
you gotta change your story. If you want to change, you gotta change your story.
that's it. You gotta change your story. So going off of that, it was a conversation I had with Ramon and Kelly this weekend a bit. I was talking to them about, how I like envy their, like, what they do to go out of their way to befriend people, or like to get along with others, right? And they're like, yeah, it's work, and it's something they intentionally do, right? You don't just like it's like this. I intentionally, like, when I go places, I typically make friends with the parents. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
So if I go to a bachelor party and the parents are there, I typically make friends with the parents. If we go on a camping trip, I typically make friends with the parents. If whatever we're doing, whoever's like around my age, I just make friends with their parents. And it's something I intentionally do because years typically equate to lessons. Not always, but a lot of the time. And there's been a lot of parents I've met where I go, okay, I'm not going to listen to much they got to say.
Right.
I talk to them, I'm nice to them, whatever, but I can go pretty quick and be like, you know what? This isn't someone I need to hang out and spend a lot of time talking to. I'll go back to, whoever's around my age or young, whatever, right? But a lot of the time, and this is, I truly believe in being, like, I look at myself as a student. I look at myself as a kid and a student because I always want to be learning. My goal, almost anywhere that I am, I tell myself, hey, I'm retarded. Listen to the lessons. Because I know people have experiences and people have done things I can learn from. So I like to talk to the older folks in the room. That's why I do it. Because I know they have good insight. I know when you're thinking about, like, likelihood, there's likelihood that they'll have good insight because they've got age and experience. Okay. So I intentionally made friends with Ramon because I said, hey, this guy seems cool. I chat with him, get to know him. It helped that he brought a travel humidor, and I was like, this guy might be my hero, and now I have a travel humidor. But so I intentionally made friends with him because I knew he has, because I assumed somebody like that would have good lessons that I could learn from. I was right. So sitting there chatting with him, him and Kelly, he's like, yes, we intentionally do things to keep relationships strong, to benefit our children. So that means like they host at their house an event, and the event they invite all the kids to, all their like in-laws to, you know? And so you've got 3 different couples with their sets of parents and the neighbors and some more extended family all to the house. In this case, they had a chili cook-off, right? But they intentionally set that up because they want to keep strong ties with their whole family. Because how much easier is it going to be if you get along with all your in-laws to do a joint Christmas, or to go, hey, did you notice so-and-so seems a little off with them? What could that be about? You know, like, you got to think there could be things that this could help with. Or like, hey, we're thinking of going this weekend. You guys want to come too, and we can get together as the family, whatever, right? Like, there's a lot of things going out of their way. Now you have a really strong family unit. Why is that important? We learn as humans through, a lot of us learn through watching.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so it's said 1,000 times, what's the best way to lead? By example. So if Ramon and Kelly are leading their family by example, that their kids are going to be that much better people. Their grandkids are going to be that much better people because they were willing to be uncomfortable and lead by example, right? So we had a conversation about that, which goes into, everything we already talked about today. And so I loved it because, it's like, they don't agree with everything their parents did, right? Most folks don't. We don't. So if you don't agree with everything your parents did, always be trying to, you can always like try to help them in a positive way. Help them if you can, right? Help them if they're willing. But the best way you can do it is by living the example and taking the things that you didn't love and changing it. And so if you're like, man, I wish my folks would have done X, Y, and Z, you can do that for your kids. And you can invite all your in-laws. You can invite your neighbors. You can invite extended family so people can see you leading that way.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So they just want to be the best parents they could be. They're literally going like when we're talking about like who you identify with, flipping the script. That's what they're doing. They're like telling us like we need to be the best parents we can be. And then boom, shocker, it happens.
Right.
So that kind of stuff I really like seeing, of being intentional and like, go to your comfort zone, whatever it is, to be the type of person you would have wanted, to have seen for like, whether it's your family, mentors, friends, whatever. Be that person you wish you had in your life. You can be that person. In that way, you're that person for others. Now, your kids, they're going to hopefully pick a few things they didn't like about you, and they're going to get better on that, right? So then that passes down. Some of the craziest shit to me, I got a friend talking to him the other day. His dad got jealous of how well him and his daughter-in-law were doing, and got jealous that his kid was doing well, and does not talk to his kid anymore. That shit is so bonkers to me. Dude, I look at this shit and it's like, okay, you should want your kids to do better than you, right? So like, okay, I'm like this. You got your parents, or so like, look at my parents. I'm like, okay, I'm going to improve on X, Y, Z. Then I hope our kids look at us and go, I'm going to improve on X, Y, Z. Then their kids improve on X, Y, Z. You're only raising the standard. You're only getting better through that mentality. But instead, you're so self-conscious that you're jealous of your kids for doing well. The fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Right? So this is going to lead right in to my next thing. I cannot fucking stand when people cannot admit they fucked up, apologize, and fix it. Okay? Someone is trying to help you by telling you, hey, this ain't right. You get defensive. Well, that's because of this and this and this. Buddy, I'm trying to help you get better. But you're too fucking self-conscious that you're going to get defensive and not go, you know what? I fucked up. I'm going to fix it so it don't happen again, so that you don't call me out again. And then you do it right, and then they go, hey, thanks for fixing that. I cannot understand how people, they're through like being self-conscious, they cannot be happy for like family or friends, or when they get called out for not doing shit, not being on their game, getting defensive, when you're literally trying to make them better. Oh, hey, I've got a friend or family member looking out for my best interest so that I can be a better person, and I'm going to fucking get defensive.
Right.
I'm going to not talk to them. I'm going to talk bad about them. I'm going to shut them out. What are we talking about? What do you got?
Yeah, dude, it's just so many people now, like, they don't like to be wrong, but being wrong and getting corrected is the best. It means you're growing, like you're learning. And I don't know why or how we got into a point where we can't take criticism anymore.
It is so fucked up.
Dude, it's bad.
How can you not take criticism? How are you going to get better in life?
Right, because no one's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody should be perfect.
Dude, the same people, though, keep in mind, the same people that cannot take criticism will tell you when you're fucking up.
Oh, 100%.
The same people, it's the same people who will make fun of you. As soon as you make fun of them, they want to fight.
And they have ego waffles.
Ego waffles, dude. It's those people. They're so self-conscious. So self-conscious that they're essentially bullies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who will dish stuff out but can't receive it. Fucking, makes me mad.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're one of those people that, like, can't take criticism well, just take a minute, breathe, think about it, and just respond, thank you. I'll look into that. That's all you got to say.
I'm going to hit you with one better. You'll like this. When someone gives you criticism, flip the script and identify and go, I'm somebody that likes getting better. I'm someone that likes criticism, so I'm able to improve. And then, boom, you take, oh, thank you. You're right. I didn't do that right. I'm going to fix that. Thank you so much. Do you have it? And here's the thing. Give a couple options. When you go, hey, man, this is a little fucked up. Here's X, Y, and Z. Give them a couple options for how they can fix it. I'm a big proponent in that. If you come to me and you're going to bitch, but you don't have solutions, I'm not happy. I am not going to be happy with you. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I kind of got on that. What do you got, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, just we got to start growing and learning and changing who we are as people. Start bettering the population, the future populations. Just get after it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Right, piggybacking off of that. This goes a little bit against what I originally started talking with, but I'll roll into it and you'll see why it all connects, or why it makes sense. There's no such a thing as balance. And I hear it all the time. I want balance in my life, or I like balance too much. I'm not going to be disciplined and do X, Y, and Z because I don't, it was interesting because I was talking to Brandon and, for a long time, Brandon thought about like enjoyment of life, right? And he was, in quotations, unbalanced. He ate healthy and drank multiple times a week for 10 years, right? Well, then Nick says to him, hey, buddy, you want balance? You want balance? Well, you were just unbalanced for 10 years. So to get back in balance, you've got to go hard to the other side for 10 years. So if we're talking about balance, okay, it doesn't have to be balance from day to day. Mm-hmm. You were a piece of shit for 10 years. And not as a person. He's a good person. I'm just saying, like, you were a piece of shit diet for 10 years, right?
Right.
Balance says you need to be disciplined as shit and work out and train and eat healthy for 10 years to be back in balance. And so, like, that's balance. Mm-hmm. So I hear this stuff like, well, I don't want to work 50, 60 I want my family to, I want whatever. Oh, have you taken a vacation? You've been on a vacation. Did you continue to work your 40 hours a week? Oh, no, you didn't. Sounds unbalanced to me. Fucking idiot, dude. I'm getting a little fired up today, babe.
I can tell.
Balance, for whatever it is, if it exists, I don't believe it exists, but here's my thing. There's times to push. There's times to chill. There's times to be imbalanced in some areas and unbalanced in certain ways, right? So you look at it like, okay, maybe because I took this weekend off and we went and we had fun, had a couple too many cigars, had maybe a few too many glasses of wine, ate a couple too many muffins.
Gluten-free muffins. So.
A couple too many muffins, dude. Corey knows what I'm saying. Maybe you did that, right? Well, you can do a lot more. So because I did that, maybe that means this week, maybe I ain't eating a muffin this week.
Maybe you're going a little hard this week.
Maybe I'm going to fucking add in an extra workout or two. Okay? Maybe I'm going to stay late at work a couple nights a week. Maybe I'm going to put in 50, 60 hours this week. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I didn't want to work all week. I've got a lot of shit to get done. I didn't want to. I wanted to go enjoy some time with some friends. So maybe that means this week I got to be a little more dialed, right? Sam and I want to go spend 3 weeks in Florida this winter. Okay. In that 3 weeks, we'll probably work like anywhere from 10 to 20 hours a week, most likely, right? Probably work 10 to 20 hours a week. Okay. Well, we're going to be pretty damn unbalanced and enjoying our time down there. Mm-hmm. Probably having a couple too many Danishes and a couple too many cigars. All right. You best believe we're going to have to put in some long fucking weeks before that to prep for that. You best believe when we get back, we're going to have to put in some long weeks. So this whole shit about being balanced, You know, I don't believe it's true. There's times to push and get some shit done, and there's times to relax and chill and, you know, take a vacation or whatever. There's times to fucking be on your diet and be good, and there's times to have a drink or two, right? And I think too many folks get really caught into this whole balance shit. I talked to Sam about it last week. I said, if I could just live at the office for 2 weeks, like if I could just live here for 2 weeks, our life ain't that hard. Folks deploy overseas for a year and don't see their family. You know, I just got to live at the office for two weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not ideal. You know, maybe it's not ideal, but then you're caught up. And then, you know, you rip through those 2 weeks, you get all your shit done, and you go, oh, hey, let's fucking go on a long weekend.
Yeah.
Everything's done. Let's go on a long weekend. Just us and the family, you know? It's all about, like, the give and take. And people too often are like, well, I gotta have my balance. And it just so happens that the balance they're always looking for is heavier on the fucking self-enjoyment than it is on the discipline getting shit done.
Yeah.
Math it out for me, dude.
Dude, another good thing to think about that is, like, taking things day by day, right? Like, so we were bad yesterday, but we're not gonna let that affect us today. Yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. So, like, I don't want to hear, like, people be like, well, you know, I already had 5 muffins yesterday. What's gonna be another 2 muffins today? Right. It's just like, yes, yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. But still, like, you gotta be like, my brain stopped firing.
You gotta get back, like, every day resets.
Yes.
You start out fresh. So just because you did something yesterday doesn't mean you have to do the same shit today. You can break that cycle, and you can do the right thing today.
Right. And don't be like, well, I'll start tomorrow. I'll just start tomorrow.
Right.
No, start today.
You don't even have to. You can just start halfway through the day.
100%.
You know, you can just start next hour. You don't even have to. You just start right now. Just change your shit around for the day. That's all it takes. So, because one thing that's interesting about time, everyone thinks it's got to be a fresh start. You're either starting tomorrow, you're starting next week, you're starting next month, you're starting next year. Why? Why not start this minute? Like, now. Just start now. What's the difference?
Right.
Like, why do people think you have to have a clean cut to start?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, like, because there's been times where I'm like, you know, working, and I'm like, well, I could just, I'll just work out tomorrow because it's getting late and I haven't got to work out, and I'll just work out tomorrow. And then I'm like, God, you're such a fag. Like,
why don't you just work out for 15 minutes
dude, I'll literally just hit some air squats, some push-ups, some banded back pulls. I'll just, like, break that shit 10 minutes even. I'll just move for 10 minutes. Right. You don't have 10 minutes in your office or on your job site or whatever at home. I just, like, anytime I'm like, well, I just do that shit.
Because you need to change your story and stop telling yourself that you don't have time.
That's it, dude.
You do have time.
You got time. And, dude, identify as someone who's jacked. Identify as someone who's fit. So, like, you don't have to give up your whole day because it's getting late. Nope, dude. Get some push-ups in. Get some sit-ups in. Get some squats in. Like, you can get some shit in.
Yeah. And I'm just, like, thinking about it, too. Like, just looking around this room right now, like, there's some Lego boxes. Why haven't I broken those down?
Right.
That would take me 10 seconds.
That's it.
There's some 3 to 6 month onesies up there that I just need to put in a bin that's in the closet. Why can't I do that? It's 10 seconds.
Dude, right there, what you're saying. I was looking at Ramon's desk because he brought me into his office, and I was just like, I like how organized everything is and clean. And he's just like, well, yeah, but there's this. And I'm like, no. I'm like, to get into my desk, I was like, I got to step over this pile of stuff right here. And I'm like, it's a project I've been working on since April. And I didn't know where to put all the plans and the documents, so I just set them next to my desk. And they've been there since April. I'm like, why didn't I just why didn't I just grab them and put them in a file?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I just grab them and put them in the closet in like a bin? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't I do? And I'm sitting here just going off what you're saying. I'm like, I've been stepping over this pile for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I just
take the 10 seconds?
Well, a minute. Take the minute and put it in a fucking bin or put it in my filing cabinet. What am I? Stack it up in the corner of my closet. Like,
And how many minutes have you scrolled on Facebook instead? Or Instagram instead?
since then, a day's worth.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's so crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm. I know it was something I did a couple weeks ago and I haven't done it since. I saw a mom post and she just said, like, if you got, like, just take 5 minutes and sweep the floor. Just take 5 minutes and do this. Just, like, the baby can roll around on the ground for 5 minutes. She'll be fine.
Yep.
And I was just like, damn, dude. And, like, I saw that and I was, like, looking at her kitchen. I was like, it's going to take me less than 5 minutes to just sweep this kitchen.
That's it.
I swept the kitchen. It made me feel so much better.
Yep.
And it's just like shit like that. Like, just keep finding things. There's that fucking wall thing that I just need to pop open the back, reset the pins, and it's all set and good to go.
Isn't that crazy? That's been there for over a year.
It's been there for
Has it been here since we moved?
a couple more of the pins have fallen since.
Jesus. Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy what, like, it's just taking that action, doing that thing. And you just have to be someone that does it, right? You gotta identify as someone who's organized. One thing I noticed with Ramon yesterday, when dinner was done, when everyone was winding down, having a glass of wine, he hit the living room and he picked up everything that was laying out and just put it back. That's all he did. He just put the things back that was out. He didn't put everything away, but like, there were some shaker toys. He just put them back in the bin that they belonged to, right? And he just like tidied up so there wasn't just shit laying around. And I sat there with my glass of wine and watched him, and I was like, oh, damn. He just picked up the living room. It's not a small living room. He just picked up the living room in 2 minutes. No one noticed he was gone.
No.
2 minutes and the living room was clean. Now, was there still a mat and a little table? You know, sure.
But everything was on the table instead of scattered around the table.
Thank you. Yep, he put the stuff on the table where they're supposed to be. He put the stuff that was on the mat in the bin, and I was just like, damn, 2 minutes.
Because how much faster is it to clean up as the day goes on versus cleaning up at the end of the week?
Oh, man. It's 5 minutes now, or it's 30 minutes at the end of the week. You know, so it's like,
it's so much easier to five minutes throughout the day versus a big 30-minute chunk.
it's the same thing with like laundry. It's easier to just throw in a load of laundry a day than to make Sunday your laundry day. Now it's a thing where you've got to spend all day doing your laundry.
And you have to like listen for it to be done so you can put in the next load away.
Yep. Dude, that's something. In like dishes too. Sometimes we're great. Sometimes it's like we stay on top of dishes. We get to load we put the dishwasher. We do them by hand. Done every night, right? You let that go 1 to 2 nights.
There was 1 week.
Fuck, we let it go like 4 days.
It took us so long to catch up on it.
Oh man.
Because I would like, we got behind. I was just like, okay, I just got to do like 2 loads of dishes for 2 days and we'll be back on track. Nope. Didn't catch up.
No.
And literally I was just like, Shaun, we're staying up and finishing these fucking dishes.
It's so crazy, dude. Like, you let something get out of hand a little bit and you just start to drown. You've got to be on it. You got to stay on your shit. You always got to be. And you know what? It's annoying. Because I can tell you right now, after the weekend, boy, well, before this podcast where I got ramped up, before this podcast, I think whenever we just got a podcast so I can get fired up. But before this, dude, I wanted to just nap. I was like, dude, I'm pooped from the weekend. I could just go for a nap. And then we talk about this and we remind ourselves of like, don't be a loser.
I know as soon as this is done, I'm going to break down those boxes, put those onesies away,
Love it.
fix that thing while I'm waiting for my computer to load.
I love it. Yeah, dude, it's just
And oh my
endless.
God, like the videos. How a video takes me 10 minutes to do. I have to do a lot of like sitting and waiting, but 10 minutes to edit it, and then I have to download it and wait for that. You're telling me I can't just do the 10 minutes, download it, go do something else, come back. I can come back whenever to upload it.
Yep. And then your phone sits up here, right?
Oh, when I have to download it onto the computer and wait for that too. Yeah.
Even better, less time you be on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy that like those little things. But what it all comes down to is like
Changing your story.
changing your story, identifying as a person who does that, and then just execute.
One of the things in that book that once again, it does have some religious stuff behind it. What he was saying was like, so your name is Shaun, right? My name is Sam. But like, God has his own name for each of us.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So like, that's kind of what you have to believe in, is like, what name and story has he given you? And you have to believe in it.
Interesting.
It's kind of cool.
It's different.
And also something to think about is, you think about the Lord's Prayer, and it says, give us this day our daily bread. So you have to think about your actions every single day. It's not give us this week our weekly bread, not reflect on your actions a week.
Interesting.
You're supposed to reflect on your actions every single day.
Every day. Because, yeah, the daily bread. Forgive us. Okay. Yeah. So then every day you like are forgiven for your sins. You connect with the body of Christ, and then like, right? That the idea?
And you have to like reflect on like your actions for the day.
Yeah. Yep. And then you start fresh the next day. I like that.
But yeah, just little food for thought. Yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting.
You're gonna love that book, actually.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Cool.
Golly, there was one more thing I had to say, but
I'm sorry, I really blew your mind with that one, didn't I?
It eluded me, so we'll just not worry about it.
That's okay. I think we gave you guys a lot of good shit today.
this has to be like constant reminder, because even I forget about so much of this shit, you know, especially like when I'm tired or whatever. I'm just like, oh, whatever. There's like, you have to have things, you have to have reminders. Like something I used to do every day that helped a lot. I had a sheet of paper and it had 7 bullet points, and every morning I'd read it.
At night.
And I got to a point where I didn't even have to look at my sheet. It would just rattle off. It would just rattle off in my head when I'm doing shit, and I'd be like, ba, 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 ba. And what it was just like 7 tenets to live by, you know, of like, it was just like 7 things for my character. And I just read it off in my mind, and I quit doing it, which is stupid. And crazy enough, when I quit doing it, shit started getting harder, and my like level of execution decreased a lot. When I fucking had that shit in my brain every single day, I started every single day with it, and I ended every single day with it. My execution was at the best it ever was. My fucking fitness was at the best it ever was. Shocker.
Was it at the same time of doing cold showers too?
Yep. Every single morning in the cold shower, all I would do, I had the sheet in the shower, but then I took the sheet out of the shower because I had it memorized, and I just stand in the shower, stand in the cold, and it would just go through my mind who I am, blah blah blah, 7 tenets I live by, da 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 da, every day. It was when I was, and now that I'm back cold showering,
You need to get that sheet back.
now I'm back cold showering.
Have you been thinking about it?
No. I had like when I first got in the cold shower, a couple of them ran through, and I remembered 3 of them, and I couldn't remember the rest. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, so I'm a lot, now that I'm cold showering every morning, my execution's up a bit, right? it's not as good as it was before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know why.
Because of that list?
Because of the list. I'm not living by my 7 tenets. I'm not reminding myself every day of who I am. Blah, blah, blah.
Dude, so this is actually really funny because when you came up here and you're just like, what you thinking about? And I was just like staring off. I was just like mentally fucking myself.
Nice, dude.
I was sitting here and I was like, God damn it. I was like, why am I such a piece of fucking shit? I was like, I have so many goddamn little fucking things I can just do in 10 seconds and I can't fucking do them. I was like, why am I so lazy? I'm just procrastinating so goddamn much. And I was like, I need to fucking get my life together. I was like, I got a baby. I need to show that baby how good of a hard-working woman her mom is. And I was like, I gotta fucking do better.
That's good.
Anyways, so that was what
it.
I was sitting here thinking about. So I'm really happy that I got to just bring that up. That's what's happening in my mind. I want you guys to know this. Shaun and I do this podcast because we are constantly trying to better ourselves. And what's the best way to better yourself? By teaching.
Oh, facts.
Because you then help yourself remember all these things you're teaching.
Dude.
We're not
facts.
We're not great people. I mean, we're great people, but we're not great at what we do. And so we are also trying to better ourselves every single day to become the best versions of ourselves. And we are starting today rewriting our goddamn stories.
I love it. Dude, on that same thing, last Tuesday morning, Catlin and Sarah were in at Club 37, and a couple of the higher belts that usually train were injured, so they couldn't make it. And so this would have been 2 Tuesdays ago. So I was like, well, I'm going to go in case anyone shows up, you know. The only person that shows up is a 1-stripe white belt. And I'm like, or I don't even think he's got any strength. I think he's like brand new. I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, who usually teaches this? And I was like, Catlin, the black belt, but he's gone all week on a retreat. And he's like, oh, well, you're teaching then? And I was like, I guess so.
Because it's a 3-stripe versus a no stripe.
Yeah,
so
I'm
yeah.
like, I guess that's what is happening here. And so he's like, I was like, well, what do you want to go over? What'd you go over yesterday? And he starts going into some shit. And he's like, last one? I'm like, a little bit. And he's like, well, how about this and this? And I was like, honestly, let me just show you something I know. And he's like, okay. And so I show him something. He's like, whoa, I like that. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, how about this? And then we just went off it again. And he's like, whoa. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, how about this? And he's like, oh, I like how it's just all tying together. And I was like, yeah, well, watch this. And it just tied into it again. And then while I'm doing it, I was like, wait a second. I was like, how about this? Boom, and did it. And I was like, dang, dude, this is just solidifying shit I fucking forgot I learned. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then, like, the whole thing comes and he's like, dude, that was really awesome. Like, he's like, you're so good with, like, you just know that this thing leads into this, that leads into this, that leads into this, that leads into this. And I was just like, honestly, I didn't know I knew all that.
You were faking it until you made it.
I'm like, turns out I know it, and I didn't know I know it. Like, I've been taught this, and I forgot about it. But when I'm put on the spot and I got to teach, I'm like, oh, that's right. This goes to this, 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 this. And then he's just like, wow, that's awesome. I was like, turns out I'm not retarded.
Dude. Flipping the script.
Flipping the script, dude. I love it.
Dude, I think I'm going to have to, like, write that on my arm.
Flip the script.
Flip the script.
The last thing I'm going to say, and then you can add on anything if you want at the end, but the last thing I'm going to say is this.
I feel like you've said that like 5 times. The last thing I'm going to say, and we've gone on for another 15 minutes here. But sorry, keep going.
That's all right.
What are you going to say?
So some may know me as a maximalist. Okay. Believe it or not, I like stuff. The argument to be a minimalist, okay? And I understand this because there was a time years ago.
We tried.
And we probably should have continued doing it. Here's what I'm getting at. Our minds fill up when we have decisions. And there's such a thing as decision fatigue. So when you have to, like, you see some of the Mark Zuckerberg, for example, he wears the same like black t-shirt with blue jeans every day because he's like, I don't want to have to make decisions. So he's like, that's the only wardrobe I have. I wear it every day. And he's like, I eat the same food every day. I go train at the same time every day. He's like, I don't, like, my brain has to make such big decisions that everything else in life, I just want it like blah. I don't want to have to make decisions, blah. And so if you think about that, like, we got to break down these boxes of Legos, right? Mm-hmm. We wouldn't have to do that if we didn't have the Legos.
Valid.
You're looking at the books, and we got to reorganize the bookshelf. If we only had 20 books, we wouldn't have to do that, but we got fucking 200. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I know right now, I'm thinking about, because I've been thinking about winter. Because I think ahead, I'm thinking winter. And I'm like, well, I got to get the garage stalls cleaned out, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I got a snowmobile that needs fixing. I've got, like, dude, I can think of the amount of boxes I have that we need to go through, the amount of shit we need to get listed, a table saw, we got to sell tires, like, we got a lawnmower we got to sell. Like, there's so many things.
We got baby stuff we need to put back into storage. We got baby stuff we got to
pull
out.
Dude, and there's so many of these things that I'm like, we got this, right? Like, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, if I didn't have a snowmobile, I wouldn't have to worry about fixing a snowmobile. Mm-hmm. I used to only have 2 fishing poles, 1 tackle box, 3 tip-ups, a chair, a tent, and a fucking sled, and an auger. Like, that's it. That's what I had. And so, like...
And it all fit in the sled.
And it was just simple because it was like, this is what... If I ever go ice fishing,
that's what
grab the sled. That's it. You don't have to think. When you put stuff away, you put it away, and it's like everything fits in the fucking... I had a bucket and a bag, and they went in the sled. You know, like, everything... And then, like, propane tank with the fucking heater. But it all was just simple, like dummy simple, right? Well, when my dad moved, he brought me all of his stuff. I got a half a bay of my garage. I got a couple augers, extra sled, like there's like, there's probably 20 tip-ups, 8 poles. Like, there's so many things that it's like, it's overwhelming because I set it out because I took it out for ice fishing season, and I didn't put it back up in storage. And I was like, well, I'm going to just go through this summer. Well, now we're ticking up.
Summer's almost up.
And I'm like, dude, fuck, I've got to go through all this shit. And I got to fucking get it organized. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck, I should have just only had my X, Y, and Z. I should have never commingled. I should have just kept his stuff in the corner, kept my stuff in my corner, and not, since I commingled it, it's a nightmare, And so I think about that with so much stuff. It's like, why do I have this? Because I snowmobile once a year. So I own a snowmobile to go once a year. That's stupid. Now it's broken. So now, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't mow my lawn.
Why do we have a mower?
Why do I have a fucking mower? You know what I'm saying? Now that we have a kid, we don't side-by-side.
Yep.
Why do I have a side-by-side? Oh, because I plow. Well, I could buy a snowblower for 1/10 of the cost, not even.
1/20th.
1/20th of the cost of that side. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more you because then what do I have to do? I've got to adjust my suspension every winter. I have to hook up the plow. I've got to, change the oil. I got to look at getting new tires in the next year. Literally, all that shit could leave my brain. It could all leave my fucking brain. All these things, the more you add, the more shit you get, the more duties you have to do. I'm going to tell you what, some of the happiest I am, and I do not think this is a coincidence, Sam and I are on vacation. we're in a hotel room. All we've got is a bag. Mm-hmm. And dude, what are we going to do? We're going to go down and get a fucking coffee and a sandwich. We're going to go out and do our shit for the day. We're going to come back and we're going to have we're going to cook a meal. You know what I'm saying? We're going to cook a dinner. And it's like the best, the happiest I am in life. Why do I think it is necessary then to have all of this shit? Mm-hmm. We could delete it all. We could delete it all. And I would be happier. Mm-hmm. So why don't we do it? That's all I'm saying. When you think about the space it takes up in your brain, the stress it causes you, you could get rid of it all.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. There's one thing. One type of job that takes so much more work than the rest for preparation is building. Additions and building. For my time, the energy, the hours, building anything new takes way longer than any remodel. Okay? Why do we spend the amount of time on it then? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just a question. You know, I got to put in this much extra time. I got to do all this stuff so we can build new. Instead of continuing to do remodels and flips, takes way less time up front. Is the profit margin as good? No, not quite as good. That's pretty much fact. It's not quite as good, at least for us. I'm sure some places have it dialed in better that it would be, you know. But then you look at it and you're like, well, is it worth the time, the stress, the headache? I don't know. I think the argument could be for not. Mm-hmm. You know, just some of the shit that I'm, you know, that I think about. And then conversations like this really bring it on to be like, hey, is it worth all the extra shit? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to finish this podcast here in a minute. And then Shaun and I are going to go downstairs, probably grab our sleeping baby. And we're going to make our lists of every single little thing that we need/want to do.
Hold on. After you break down those boxes and do the pins and post the podcast.
Yeah, so then I don't have to put those on my list.
That's right.
Yep. But anyways, we are going to make a list of everything we do. And we should make it on our 5 things to do to complete one of them every single day.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
You can color code it.
Yeah, we talked about that one lady who has the one single list. Mm-hmm. Dude, I thought about it. I was like, I hate that concept.
Do you?
I hate it, dude. Do you know why? I did it. The other day, I made it on one list.
You're like, which one's which?
No, dude. I missed an estimate this week. I got a message from a customer. Said, bye. And I was like, what? And I was like, wait a second. I scroll up on this fucking list of 100 items. I got a list of 100 items. I'm not joking. I've got a list of 100 items. I put it on this list because the lady told me to. I was up there around like line 73. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I missed it. I'll have it to you by the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, hey, lady, go fuck yourself.
Obviously, you didn't plan your week well.
Me? Mm-hmm. Well, that's fair. But instead of, I just don't understand it. Why wouldn't I have my personal and my business? And then I just take a highlighter and highlight my important shit.
Yeah.
You can't fuck that up.
No, that's true.
Like, at least I don't think I can fuck. I literally just write them side by side. Personal, business. Highlight what needs to get done that day or that week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Otherwise, it just gets clouded in with fixed snowmobile and fucking list tires up here is so-and-so's estimate. And I see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah. Okay. I'm tired.
All right, gang.
We got shit to do.
We're getting shit done. We'll catch you later. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to the wonderful people for a great weekend.
Flip the script. Change your story.
Love it. Bye-bye.
See ya.